Goosebumps is rated GB7 because it may be too spooky for children under 7.
Hello, I'm R.L. Stein.
My name is R.L. Stein.
Hello, I'm R.L. Stein.
I'm R.L. Stein.
You're not R.L. Stein,
I'm R.L. Stein.
but I'm the real R.L. Stein.
Although there have been many imitators over the years, there's truly only been one, R.L. Stein. Let's let him explain how he became the most successful children's author of all time with the help of a chilling book series that defied all expectations.
Viewers beware.
Viewer beware!
Viewer beware.
Viewers beware. You're in for a scare. I've been writing since I was 9 years old. I found a typewriter up in the attic, and I started typing these little magazines. When I was a kid, there were these great EC horror comics, Tales from the Crypt and The Vault of Horror. They were gruesome, bloody comics. They were all, I loved them. I just loved them. For a lot of years, I wrote humor for kids. And then one day I was having lunch with an editor, and she said to me, "I'll bet you could write a good scary book for kids." And I thought, wouldn't it be cool to try doing a Twilight Zone for kids?
Utilizing his love for horror, R.L. Stein would pen the Point horror novels, the Fear Street series, and of course, the Ghostbusters 2 novelization. These scary stories struck a chord with teenage readers and surprisingly became quite successful. He then found his true calling in 1992 when Parachute Press and Scholastic teamed up for a series of scary children's books for a younger audience, launching an iconic title that would unconsciously inspire an entire generation of readers. Goosebumps! Featuring a series of safe scares, usually with the techniques of cliffhangers and twist endings, each sporting an iconic cover illustration by artist Tim Jacobus. That's not him. There, that's him. Published in July 1992, Welcome to Deadhouse and Stay Out of the Basement would sell 50,000 copies each, with Monster Blood, published in September, selling over 100,000 copies. Although frequently challenged by the ALA for years, nobody could have guessed how much attention the series would soon get. They would begin selling at a startling rate at over 4 million books per month, each book instantly becoming the #1 best-selling paperback title in the nation. Selling more than 400 million books in over 30 different languages, Goosebumps would take the Guinness World Record as the best-selling children's books of all time, effortlessly making R.L. Stein the #1 best-selling author.
The #1 best-selling author, R.L. Stein, wants to give you lots and lots of goosebumps. Goosebumps, where the terror began and the screams go on forever and ever.
And after unleashing 24 popular issues, Halloween 1994 would bring us the first in a series of successful Goosebumps spin-offs. Tales to Give You Goosebumps would expand the Goosebumps name, producing 6 special edition books and deluxe gift sets, each offering 10 terrifying short stories per volume, also available in special edition reprints. This series is also notable for inadvertently introducing the Goosebumps appointed mascot, Curly the Skeleton. Although never featured as a character, the Master of Ceremonies was dreamed up by Scholastic Marketing to give an identifiable face to Goosebumps merchandise. Also created would be a file of spooky clip art, the familiar G-Splat symbol, and the catchphrase of a generation.
We need to scream!
And it wouldn't take long before establishing the Goosebumps Fan Club.
Write us to get information on how to join the all-new Goosebumps Fan Club.
And many of us would, providing members with exclusive new information, stories, and early merchandising, including the Goosebumps official collector's cap sets, featuring exclusive books with all new facts, trivia, and puzzles, altogether including 32 collectible caps and 2 heavy-duty curly slammers. They're so good, it's scary.
Goosebumps, they're so good, it's scary.
After culling together his experience writing game books for several years, R.L. Stein would then implement this formula for the next triumphant Goosebumps spin-off. Give yourself Goosebumps, offering new choose-your-own-adventure style stories with the familiar Goosebumps twists and turns we've all come to know and love. Presented with slimy holographic covers, the unpredictable gamebook series would also become massively popular, challenging readers to fight their way through over 20 different scary endings.
Give yourself Goosebumps, the books where you choose from 20 different scary endings.
It was time to dig up more Goosebumps merchandise with the first ever spooky board game based on the brand, Goosebumps Terror in the Graveyard Game. Becoming the #1 bestseller for Milton Bradley, it was then followed by Shrieks and Spiders, the storytelling card game, One Day at Horrorland, and A Night in Terror Tower, among several other puzzles and games, aiding Goosebumps to become the #1 children's brand nationwide.
Goosebumps Terror in the Graveyard Game.
Goosebumps One Day at Horrorland game.
The popular titles Monster Blood, Monster Blood 2, and Monster Blood 3 were then sealed together in the first book set, entitled The Monster Blood Pack, featuring all 3 books and a vat of real monster blood. Several hardcover compilation books would also be unleashed, including Monster Edition #1, Monster Edition #2, Monster Edition #3, along with the Goosebumps Fright Light Edition, complete with spooky interactive covers. With the Goosebumps brand growing at a shocking pace, the next step would seem like a dream come true.
The master of kid suspense, R.L. Stine, brings your favorite books to life in an all-new Fox Kids television series.
Goosebumps coming this fall to Fox Kids.
And on October 27th, 1995, Fox would premiere the series in a 1-hour primetime special presentation, hosted by everyone's favorite dead time punster, the Crypt Keeper himself.
Good evening, kiddies. A special presentation sure to give you goosebumps.
The special would become extremely well received, earning it the ranking of one of the all-time greatest Halloween specials, and earning actress Catherine Long a Gemini Award for Best Performance in a Children's or Youth Program or Series. The special would also break records on YTV, making it their highest-rated program in history, and pulling in over 14 million viewers for Fox, before even settling into its regular time slot.
Goosebumps premieres with the Cuckoo Clock of Doom next Friday on Fox Kids.
Goosebumps, the TV series, would then introduce the world to the most memorable theme song and opening sequence in television history.
You will beware, you're in for a scare.
Throughout its run, the series would air several 2-part episodes and 6 1-hour primetime specials on Fox, each hosted by the man himself.
I'm R.L. Stine. I'll be testing your knowledge of Goosebumps trivia throughout tonight's episode.
Episodes would air in over 100 countries and become the #1 rated children's program in the U.S. for 4 years in a row, winning a slew of awards throughout its reign on the airwaves. And of course, letting loose a handful of tie-ins. Goosebumps Presents! The TV series book adaptations featured half-length stories from select episodes with numerous pages of full-color photos inside.
Goosebumps presents books based on the Goosebumps TV show with creepy color photos inside.
And it wouldn't take long before our favorite book episodes would be transformed into Goosebumps on home video. First, The Haunted Mask, which would quickly become a best-selling video.
The Haunted Mask, the first video based on the best-selling Goosebumps books by R.L. Stine.
Moving over 500,000 copies in 1 week and charting 75th on Billboard's list of top video sales in 1996.
The Haunted Mask, the first Goosebumps video ever from Fox Video.
Every primetime special would also morph onto home video, among several others.
Beware, you're in for a scare. From the pages of R.L. Stine's best-selling books comes a brand new series of Goosebumps videos. Videos that will creep you out, freak you out, or simply make you laugh your head off.
Each becoming popular enough to reach a national sales record.
You can get a free, spooky, glow-in-the-dark window decal inside each video.
Although we wouldn't need the extra incentive, each video also included numerous promos, special offers, and prizes in each case.
Stay out of the basement. A night in Terror Tower. The Haunted Mask. The Werewolf of Fever Swamp. A Haunted Mask 2. And welcome to Dead House. And coming soon, Night of the Living Dummy 3.
On video now.
Collect the entire Goosebumps series on video.
Goosebumps. On video now. Goosebumps. On video now. Goosebumps. On video now.
In the fall of 1996, Target and Goosebumps would team up for an exclusive Give Me Goosebumps Halloween promotion featuring a sweepstakes, book drive, newly released videos, and a spooky sound effects recording, Goosebumps Sounds of Halloween, on sound cassette and compact disc. Halloween 1996 would also offer us the Goosebumps Trilogy, later repackaged into the Goosebumps Haunted Library, consisting of 3 exclusive mini-books available in specially marked products of Pepsi, Hershey's, and Doritos.
You're watching the Doritos Fox Halloween Horror Night! Look for these displays wherever you buy Doritos!
This fall issue of Disney Adventures also gave us a first look at Goosebumps Books on Tape from Walt Disney Records, featuring a full voice cast and cinematic sound effects.
R.L. Stine's Goosebumps.
With Goosebumps awareness at an all-time high, everyone seemed to catch Goosebumps fever. And to prove it, here's a little girl reading Goosebumps.
When is a children's book series no longer just a children's book series? When it becomes a national phenomenon called Goosebumps.
Kids have just gone crazy over it.
First, a book by R.L. Stine. Then a slogan, Reading is a Scream. Now a series of books for 7 to 12-year-olds created by Parachute Press and published by Scholastic, a weekly TV show, clothes, toys, and other merchandise. And most recently, a new computer game.
Stay away from me, grubby little nitwit.
The Goosebumps craze attracted top-notch actors like Jeff Goldblum and Isabella Rossellini to accept roles in a new CD-ROM game called Goosebumps Escape from Horrorland. Also catching Goosebumps fever, the biggest names in the entertainment industry, Steven Spielberg, Jeffrey Katzenberg, David Geffen, and Bill Gates joining forces to produce interactive entertainment software.
You have to put the player inside the book. In order to do that, we had to develop a world that surrounds you. You will feel that you are inside a world, and it's edgy, and it's a bit dark, and it's very scary.
That's right, Goosebumps Escape from Horrorland featured the talents of Steven Spielberg and Jeff Goldblum, becoming, like the books, a bestseller.
Goosebumps was the first time I think that my kids wanted to read to me, and I think it's a good story, and we have really good actors.
Dracul.
I mean, if we're successful, you'll get Goosebumps.
Which would lead the way for another successful PC game, Attack of the Mutant, featuring the voice talents of Jim Belushi and Batman himself, Mr. Adam West.
Don't you know you have to help me save the world?
It's exactly what DreamWorks Interactive was trying to accomplish. One thing it did without trying, feed Goosebumps fever, which now seems to be reaching epidemic proportions.
Coming down from the Goosebumps fever with a slight slowdown of the brand, 2 unofficial Goosebumps books would also be published. It Came from Ohio and It Came from New Jersey served as autobiography books from the great minds behind Goosebumps. Oh, and look, there's color photos inside. They're so good.
They're so good. It's scary.
Spawning several fan sites and chat rooms, Goosebumps would soon take on a life online. Scholastic would begin spreading awareness by advertising the official Goosebumps the website, featuring games, recipes, downloads, and even writing tips from author R.L. Stine. Although not all news online would be positive, Goosebumps book sales would begin to slip in 1997, dropping the Scholastic profit margin by over 40%. Although Goosebumps products were still popping up everywhere.
And now when you buy 2 or more handy snacks, you can get the latest Goosebumps book.
KFC has 4 Goosebumps books.
Get your Goosebumps hologram in every Steel's backpack.
Goosebumps collectively creepy trading cards.
Goosebumps screaming keychain.
Goosebumps fruit roll-ups. Goosebumps intimidator.
Goosebumps glow and tell story card sets.
Goosebumps back to school item.
Goosebumps activity packs.
Goosebumps Terror Tower.
Goosebumps Screamer. Goosebumps collectibles.
Goosebumps milk can.
Goosebumps board game.
Goosebumps flick pick.
Goosebumps giveaway.
Goosebumps toy.
Goosebumps toy.
No, dude. Get Goosebumps.
Including this awesome Goosebumps Scream Machine, available in plastic cover and pocket size. Then Goosebumps Triple Headers, the short-lived spin-off series featuring a hologram on each cover and a new three-headed character by the names of Slim, Lefty, and Righty. 3 times scarier.
Goosebumps Triple Header. 3 stories in one monstrous book. 3 times scarier.
But by the end of 1997, the Goosebumps juggernaut would begin to shrink back in popularity, and after 62 phenomenal books, the original series would eventually come to an end to make way for something new. And little did we know that a demand for scarier books and an increase in the competition would ultimately lead to the start of the darkest chapter of Goosebumps.
It's not in your closet. It's not under your bed. It's coming for you. The best-selling book series is getting scarier.
By the start of 1998, Goosebumps merchandise could still be found oozing the world over. T-shirts, hats, gloves, shoes, slipper socks? It seemed that maybe Goosebumps fatigue had begun to set in.
Goosebumps.
Goosebumps. Goosebumps.
Goosebumps.
Goosebumps.
Goosebumps.
Goosebumps.
Goosebumps.
Goosebumps.
Goosebumps.
Goosebumps. Goosebumps. Goosebumps.
Get goosebumps.
And then we would get Goosebumps Series 2000, a slightly new direction for the series which would attempt to meet the demand for scarier books. This sequel series was devised as a much-needed facelift to revitalize the brand, and this tactic would help keep the Goosebumps name alive for a few more screams, encouraging readers to enter the new millennium of fear.
Enter the new millennium of fear. Goosebumps Series 2000 by R.L. Stine, wherever books are sold. Get ready to be scared, really scared.
Despite what was seen as an expensive gamble in the fall of 1998, Goosebumps was adapted for a lavish new stage show at select theme parks and locations.
Follow me to a place where creepy things crawl and monsters grow 60 feet tall. Oh, look how much fun they're having.
Goosebumps, live on stage, coming fall 1998.
Also slipping out a scaly book adaptation by R.L. Stine, and after 4 seasons, the TV series would unfortunately get the axe, and book sales would continue to slip whilst nearing the new millennium. And despite revamped cover art and several special editions, there was just no stopping the competition.
They may not last forever.
It won't be long before Goosebumps books disappear.
Unfortunately, they would. While surrounded by a legal dispute between Parachute Press and Scholastic, R.L. Stine's contract would ultimately run out, leaving The Ghost in the Mirror and All Day Nightmare as the final Goosebumps books to be printed in early January and February 2000, leaving several titles unpublished, including the untitled Give Yourself Goosebumps number 43, a proposed new Goosebumps triple header book number 3, and the incredible Shrinking Fifth Grader, Goosebumps Series 2000 number 26. Although R.L. Stine had already begun work on other books such as The Nightmare Hour and The Haunting Hour, he would make an attempt to keep Goosebumps alive with a proposed new series. Goosebumps Gold would have launched in 2001, with titles including The Haunted Mask Lives, Happy Holidays from Deadhouse, and Slappy New Year. But the series would never come to be, and most readers would have already shifted to Scholastic's next most popular book series, Harry Potter. With that, the series would slip off the map and wouldn't see the light of day for many years to come. R.L. Stine would attempt a new series launch with the release of The Nightmare Room, books, TV series, and subsequent home videos, which would also become short-lived. Although the tides would turn and an agreement would be settled between Parachute Press and Scholastic in 2003, R.L. Stine would make hopeful remarks regarding the Goosebumps series, stating that he'd like to develop new Goosebumps titles in the future. But in the meantime, Scholastic would only be interested in re-releasing old titles to test the market. Goosebumps books reissues would begin to give the series a new life. Scholastic would print second editions of the classic Goosebumps series with revamped cover designs and a couple of new illustrations by original cover artist Tim Jacobus. Every book from the original series would be reprinted with new cover designs with the exception of these 5 titles. Within this time, many revamped box sets would also be reintroduced in a variety of paperback and hardcover. In 2004, Scholastic would keep the TV series relevant by releasing 4 of its classic titles on DVD, followed by several new episode releases on the market for the first time in 5 waves. Also released, Goosebumps Graphics in 2006. Although not by author R.L. Stine, Graphics would present the first new printed material with the Goosebumps name in years. 3 stories in each volume, each custom made by a different artist. In a bit of news that had genre fans buzzing in 2007, Cartoon Network would pick up 40 episodes of Goosebumps for the month of October.
Cartoon Network brings you R.L. Stine's Goosebumps. More monsters than we can mention.
The first ever live-action offering on their programming schedule.
Goosebumps premieres tonight from 8 to 9 on Cartoon Network.
Ratings would turn into a phenomenon for Cartoon Network, starting a new tradition for the next 3 years and also proving that Goosebumps was still a hot property. Then, suddenly, with very little warning, the unthinkable would happen. On his website, R.L. Stine would post the first chapter of a new story entitled Revenge of the Living Dummy. What could this mean? The interwebs would be set ablaze with speculation. Would it be possible for Goosebumps to make a comeback? The future of Goosebumps seemed too good to be true, in what would certainly become the most surprising and unpredictable chapter yet for Goosebumps. With website traffic picking up and several books and DVDs taking on a life of their own, Goosebumps continued to introduce itself to a whole new generation of readers. And with Scholastic publishing the final Harry Potter book, it seemed that the young wizard's fate was finally sealed.
Harry Potter is dead!
And with Scholastic looking to fill that new void, they would rear their heads in the direction of their second best-selling book series, Goosebumps! In an interview with R.L. Stine would confirm everybody's dream come true. The day we thought would never come. A Goosebumps comeback! Goosebumps Horrorland. With 12 books confirmed for an all-new series, Goosebumps was resurrected for the first time in over a decade. Expanding upon its popular titles and introducing new characters, each new story would lead to the scariest place on Earth, Horrorland.
Come families, come friends, to a place that's grand. For fun and for thrills, visit Horrorland.
And for the first time, the series would follow a continuing story arc, taking readers to an all-new interactive online site. Enter Horrorland and Escape from Horrorland, featuring bonus clues, stories, downloads, and games to tie in directly with each new book, along with an exclusive new interview with everyone's favorite possessed dummy, Slappy. And then, Classic Goosebumps became a third printing of several books from the original series, each book serving as a companion to each Horrorland title, usually with a direct link to the new story. Dozens of original stories would be reprinted with completely redesigned cover art and new behind-the-screens bonus features, such as new games, facts, and Q&As with author R.L. Stine. And then,
Goosebumps
Horrorland by R.L. Stine.
Goosebumps Horrorland audiobooks, adapting all 12 stories in the overarching series for digital download and 2-disc CD sets for the first time. Goosebumps DVD releases continued with extra episodes per set and newly commissioned cinematic cover art.
So good, it's scary. Goosebumps. You can own all 3 DVDs today.
Look for these spine-tingling tales on DVD.
Now on DVD.
Released in 5 more waves. And a slew of multi-feature sets. Then,
welcome to Horrorland.
Goosebumps Horrorland, the video game. The first new Goosebumps video game in over a decade, released just in time for Halloween 2008. Available for PS2, Wii, and NDS.
Goosebumps Horrorland, the video game. Ride for your life.
Tickets, please.
Goosebumps Horrorland was extended then into 7 additional books in 2010, bringing the total to 19 stories. Each new book featuring a haunted artifact brought back from Horrorland to wreak havoc. And these fun and interactive Goosebumps books would also be released before the next new series in 2011. Goosebumps Hall of Horrors, a 6-book series extension of the original Horrorland books that would eventually drop the Horrorland name altogether. This series would feature a 3rd story arc told by the trapped souls from each terrifying tale. And in the fall of 2011, Goosebumps would be picked up for syndication by the Haunted Hub and run in conjunction with its other popular R.L. Stine series, The Haunting Hour. 2012, the 20th anniversary of Goosebumps. Scholastic would first celebrate by unleashing dozens of ebooks for the first time, along with this fun new board game, Goosebumps, Welcome to Horrorland, the board game. Scholastic would also celebrate by printing this exclusive hardcover book, Goosebumps Wanted. This title would lead directly into a brand new Goosebumps series. Goosebumps Most Wanted, featuring some of the series' most wanted monsters in all new stories. Each cover featured a classic Goosebumps monster in the style of a wanted poster. This would also lead to a series of special editions, all featuring the same mysterious haunted house. In celebration of the 20th anniversary, Scholastic would stage a Goosebumps trick-or-treat experience for local children in a haunted corn maze. The event featured spooky games, prizes, and much Goosebumps love from the host with the most, Mr. R.L. Stine.
Thank you for coming and helping me celebrate the 20th year of Goosebumps.
And after various home video and syndication networks over the years, Goosebumps would finally become available for streaming on Netflix in the fall of 2013. The response would be, as always, phenomenal. With every episode presented in full HD, it would feel as though we were experiencing this Goosebumps medium again for the first time. Although it wasn't long before rumors of a new Goosebumps medium would begin to materialize. Would this long in development project finally see the light of day? Theaters beware, you're in for a scare. Lights, camera, Goosebumps. Although continuously rumored since the 90s, talks of a Goosebumps feature film would have all but come and gone over the years, eventually heating up again with the resurrection of the brand and the acquisition of the rights from Columbia Pictures to produce a Goosebumps feature film. Searching for years for the perfect writer and director, executive producer for the TV series, Deborah Forte finally locked screenwriter Darren Lemke and director Rob Letterman for the project. And after years of anticipation, the official announcement would be made by the man himself.
Hello everyone, I'm R.L. Stine. I write the Goosebumps books. Now they're being made into a movie, which will be in theaters next year.
Casting news would then explode after the announcement of Jack Black taking on the legendary role as author R.L. Stine.
Jack Black, how cool is that?
Alongside Odeya Rush, Dylan Minnette, and Ryan Lee for the lead roles. With the creative team and cast set in place, principal photography would finally take place in Georgia beginning in April 2014 and eventually wrapping in July 2014. Which would be just in time for San Diego Comic Comic-Con. The world would soon catch the first glimpses of Goosebumps the movie, with the first stills posted on July 17th, followed by the special appearance on July 24th.
Ladies and gentlemen of Comic-Con, it's time for you to meet my friends!
By Jack Black and all the Goosebumps monsters.
Take him away! Take him to my car!
With the editors hard at work cutting the film, the monsters would take the time to wish us all a happy Halloween and later reveal a handful of their own spooky publicity stills. And in 2015, enthusiasm would certainly begin to build. And to spread even more excitement, Scholastic would then adapt several classic Goosebumps books into Classic Goosebumps audiobooks, adapting 15 of the original Goosebumps titles on CD and various audio formats for the first time, and materializing on July 7th, the ominous and magical Goosebumps the movie poster!
You've done it! You've unleashed all of the Goosebumps creatures. Now, let's see my master plan unfurled!
With Slappy's help, the first trailer would premiere the following day with these incredible highlights.
You've just released every monster I've ever created.
The only way to stop them is to suck them back into the books.
All right, everyone, find anything you can to barricade the doors.
We cannot let the monsters inside.
I just wanna break the rules!
What are you doing? Get me out! No! Keep going!
Come on, scaredy cat.
July 29th would then bring us a repackaging of the 12 Goosebumps Horrorland audiobooks, paving the way for Goosebumps the Movie Books, 5 tie-in novels, each with numerous photos from the movie inside. Released August 25th along with this new Goosebumps graphics title, Slappy's Tales of Horror, a reprinting of 3 previous stories, now in full color, including a brand new graphic tale featuring Slappy himself in Night of the Living Dummy. There, that's where that belongs, along with a handful of Target-exclusive retro print books.
Every story ever told can be broken down into 3 parts. The beginning.
August 28th would then premiere the film's unbelievable second trailer,
The middle.
With a Twist.
And the twist. All the monsters I've ever created are locked inside these books.
Run! Go! I'm stuck. Go on without me. Save yourself. Okay, good luck. No, I didn't mean it. What are you doing?
It's the werewolf of Fever Swamp. He can smell my scent. No, it's not working. I have to hide.
Come on, scaredy cat.
On September 2nd, Sony would already begin to seek writers for a sequel, a month and a half before the film's even released.
Sony Pictures is reportedly already working on a sequel.
Based on the books that have sold over 350 million copies worldwide, Goosebumps is set to hit the silver screen on October 16th.
Slappy from the Goosebumps movie here, and it's only 1 month until you get to see me on the big screen.
With Slappy at the helm, clips would begin to pour out on September 22nd.
Could have killed you! I don't remember writing about a giant praying mantis! Right, now I remember.
The stage would then be set for this breathtaking Goosebumps TV spot.
This Halloween, the Goosebumps monsters come to life.
Oh no.
Oh, yes.
The werewolf.
He's a big teddy bear. Not friendly.
Come on, scaredy cat.
The invisible boy.
What was that?
Ow! He is such a crack up.
The gnomes.
I'll save you!
The snowman. The blob. The mantis. The poodle.
Oh, hello, cutie.
Goosebumps, rated PG, in Real D 3D.
And here's another breathtaking Goosebumps TV spot.
This Halloween,
monsters have invaded Madison. We need to stay calm.
how do you survive a monster invasion?
We're the only ones who can stop them.
Don't answer the door.
Oh, hello, cutie.
Don't make a sound. And always stick together.
We cannot let the monsters inside.
Yes!
Goosebumps, rated PG. Tweet using hashtag GoosebumpsMovie to get a message from Slappy.
Slappy from the Goosebumps movie here. Only 3 weeks until the premiere of my movie. Guess who's getting goosebumps in 2 weeks? You are!
With Slappy updating us on the film's release, the leafy carpet would roll out on October 4th for the early premiere of Goosebumps the Movie at Regency Village Theater in Westwood, California. In attendance, all of the film's memorable monsters joining the cast and crew of the film, including Jack Black.
I remember when I penned the first Goosebumps story.
And of course, Slappy the Dummy.
Well, this is an incredible movie, and I'm just saying that because I'm in it.
Making his big screen debut, along with a look at the Goosebumps VR experience.
Hey, you. No, don't look at me. Keep your eye on the giant bug.
Pulling viewers directly into the movie.
You don't stay on for a free ride. No, that's it. Go. Back to the end of the line if you want another.
Before singing and dancing the night away at the memorable Goosebumps after party.
Jack Black, he was really the highlight of the whole experience. What an actor. What a performance.
October 7th would give us something we didn't know we needed until we had it.
Viewer beware, you're in for a scare. Goosebumps!
A brand new Goosebumps music video starring Jack Black. The Bump's Gonna Goose Ya, a 90s hip-hop inspired throwback with backup vocals by none other than Slappy himself.
Do the Goosebumps dance. All right. Dance till you die.
Now that is nostalgia done right.
Viewer beware, you're in for a scare.
Slappy from the Goosebumps movie here, and it's only 7 days until our movie hits theaters. And I hit back as the man who made me.
And with Slappy updating us daily.
Hey you, it's Slappy, and there's only 4 more days until Goosebumps hits theaters.
The cast would be kind enough to grace the cover of Parade magazine, and Goosebumps the game would become available to haunt several of our video game platforms on October 13th.
Slappy here. 3 more days until Goosebumps the movie is in theaters. Only 2 more days until Goosebumps hits theaters.
Slappy would then up the ante with Jack Black giving us an intro to another new Goosebumps game on October 15th.
Greetings, Goosebumps fans. Jack Black here with more frightful fun in store for you.
Goosebumps Night of Scares, based on the creations from the movie, becoming the first big mobile game to be produced by the brand.
Get your popcorn, cause Goosebumps is coming to theaters tomorrow.
With the date nearly here, the cast would be in full swing on the press circuit.
See inside the new movie Goosebumps.
Greetings, it is I, R.L. Stein, creator of Goosebumps. Oh no, this is too scary to reveal now. Sorry, you'll just have to see the movie.
Jack Black is R.L. Stein in Goosebumps, in theaters October 16th.
Goosebumps!
Everyone loves Goosebumps.
Goosebumps in theaters Friday, rated PG.
Goosebumps, rated PG, in theaters Friday. Goosebumps, in theaters Friday, rated PG.
Goosebumps, rated PG, in theaters Friday.
Your acting feels a little stiff.
Thanks to me, all of the Goosebumps monsters have been unleashed from their books. See my master plan unfurled in the Goosebumps movie, now in theaters.
The after party's at 9:30. It's going to be at Cinema 6 for the 3D viewing of Goosebumps.
And on October 16th, 2015, the big day would finally come. The lights would dim and the title would finally ooze across the screen in all of its glory. Apart from Bride of Chucky and Spooked in Bridgewater, there had never been a better opening on October 16th. And Americans and Abominable Snowman alike would seem to agree. Goosebumps is a smashing success, opening at #1 in the box office.
The #1 movie in America is Goosebumps.
Really? High five!
It's perfect Halloween fun for the whole family.
Oh, what are you doing? Get me out! Oh, no. Keep going.
Goosebumps, rated PG, now playing.
Receiving generally positive reviews, many praising Jack Black's performance, the film's sense of humor, and the overall wealth of nostalgia.
Rolling Stone calls Goosebumps ready-made for Halloween. It's a treat for all ages.
You giving me, what's the word? Goosebumps.
That's a good title.
Goosebumps, rated PG.
It would be nominated for several awards and earn a score of 77% certifiably fresh on Rotten Tomatoes.
Goosebumps, now playing.
Goosebumps, the original motion picture soundtrack, would then drop the following week, later followed by a special edition vinyl cover created by original cover artist Tim Jacobus. And for those looking for additional nostalgia, Goosebumps, the Retro Screen Collection, would be unleashed on the 27th, just before Halloween 2015. Goosebumps would continue to perform well all through Halloween, with several spooky promotions presented by Slappy and Company.
This Halloween, everyone's getting Goosebumps.
Come on, Scaredy Cat.
Because when you buy an adult ticket, we'll treat you to one kid's ticket.
All of you in the car now!
Goosebumps. Happy Halloween from Goosebumps.
He would then wish us all a slappy Thanksgiving, a slappy Christmas, and a slappy New Year, while reminding us all that Goosebumps would soon be available on a variety of digital formats.
Slappy here. Watch me wreak revenge from the pages to the big screen with Goosebumps on iTunes.
January 12, 2016 would then see the blockbuster hit of 2015 released on digital HD.
Goosebumps, the worldwide phenomenon, comes to life.
You've just released every monster I've ever created.
Own Goosebumps, now on Amazon.
Hey there, dummies.
He would also kick back to review the now classic movie trailer.
This might be bad. Papa, why are you hiding in your house?
Just stuff them back into the books.
Back in the books? She's the villain here. Dental hygiene is very important. I saw me. That was it?
With a few friendly suggestions.
I have a bone to pick with whoever put this thing together. Why wasn't there more Slappy in there?
It's a real Goosebumps story with twists and turns and monsters.
Goosebumps. Now on Blu-ray. Rated PG.
January 26th would see the film released on DVD, Blu-ray, and 3D.
When the monsters come to life,
Nobody make a sound.
run! 3 friends will have to survive the night and save the day.
What was that? It's the invisible boy.
Ow! He's such a crack-up.
Goosebumps, rated PG.
With a multitude of bonus features, including much more Slappy.
Starring Jack Black.
Starring Jack Black.
Wrong! The star of Goosebumps is me! Spoiler alert! All of my friends and I are coming to your house. Includes alternate opening, deleted scenes, and more.
Maybe there's a way you could write the monsters off the page. I have a deadline. Literally.
Bring home the Blu-ray for your family, January 26th. Rated PG.
Coupled with numerous special offers, the film would make a major impact on the home video market, selling out at many locations in the first week.
Hello, Indonesia! Watch my new movie Goosebumps in cinemas soon.
While proving a major hit on home video in the States, the film would continue to tear up screens internationally, proving to be a bona fide hit across the planet.
Chair de poule, en reel des 3D.
Pilipinas!
Also internationally released in the winter of 2016, Goosebumps Alive, the all-new R-rated Goosebumps experience.
It was really scary and very fun. I found it amazing, but quite scary at the same time.
Really good, actually, but scary.
Just shy of Friday the 13th, May 11 would make Goosebumps the movie available for streaming indefinitely on Netflix. Just in time for his 24th anniversary in July, Scholastic and R.L. Stine would announce plans for the 25th anniversary of the franchise, setting up for a February 2017 launch of the all-new literary story arc featuring the scariest villain of them all, Slappy the Dummy, in his first ever series arc entitled Goosebumps, Slappy World. With a notably new character design based on his appearance from the box office smash movie, currently sitting as the #7 horror comedy of all time, and the #2 release of October 2015. Proving to be a global phenomenon, the film has already inspired a handful of upcoming youth book film adaptations, all announced before Goosebumps would even premiere. Titles including Animorphs, R.L. Stine's Fear Street, Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark, and of course,
Did you miss me?
Goosebumps the sequel, with With original cast and crew signed for multiple pictures, franchise talks would be in full swing before the film's initial release.
The first installment racked in $157 million at the box office worldwide.
With the company believing the first film will kick off a new franchise.
Black is expected to return as his role as Stein.
The film's stars are signed for more movies.
There's plenty more books with material to go off of, so a sequel sounds reasonable. What do you think?
What do we think? Yes!
Yes! Oh, yes!
We've no doubt proven that even in the 2010s, Goosebumps still rules. From the movies, to the TV series, to the stage shows, to the books. Goosebumps is as popular today as it has ever been. So whatever the twisty road of scares may bring us next, Goosebumps has certainly transcended its target market of eager young readers and now lives and breathes in the hearts of millions worldwide. From the glory years, to the darkest days, to the unexpected resurrection, and to the dawn of a new generation of the little book series that became a life-altering phenomenon called Goosebumps.
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 Goosebumps!
And now with a final thought, the man who made it all possible, Mr. R.L. Stine.
The most thrilling part of all of this for me is the millions of kids that these books have gotten to read. When I do a book signing now, parents come up to me and they're so grateful and they say, thank you, my kid never read a book in his life. One librarian in Virginia thanked me. She said, if we didn't have your books, there wouldn't be any kids in the library. And I love it so much. I've been doing it so long. And I'm not tired of it at all. I look forward to sitting down in the morning at the computer and thinking up new ways to scare kids. To me, that's just thrilling. I mean, what could be nicer?
Nothing could be nicer. Thanks for watching, and have a scary night, everyone. Matt Rasmussen, Mockery News.
Have a scary night, everyone. I'm R.L. Stine, and I didn't approve this video.